Hi guys, it's Lisa's Finding the Redo. I'm a 57-year-old retired school teacher who needed to find her redo. And I found that redo by reselling used clothing, shoes, and hard goods. Today we're here for Money Monday. Monday. Well, it is Money Monday. And stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you my numbers for the week. But before I do that, I want to show you the highest selling item and the lowest selling item, okay? I'm going to explain a few things as we go along. So, here we go. Okay, on Sunday, August 15th, my highest selling item was a Dallas Cowboys NFL Pro Line Starter Windbreaker. Sorry, I'll take these off and y'all won't have to look at things. And it sold for $40 and $9.35 for shipping. The lowest selling item was an Exertion pair of yoga pants in a 3X, and they sold for $10.48 plus $9.35 shipping. On Monday, the 16th, my highest selling item was a pair of American Eagle camo shorts in a size 38, and these sold for $33.95. Now, camo shorts sell. And if you can pick up camo shorts at American Eagle or, say, Abercrombie, they're winners. So if you see those, even now, I mean, guys, it doesn't get cold but about 3 or 4 months, okay? Unless you live up north, but I don't. But about 3 or 4 months is cold, but the other 8 months is shorts wearing weather. I can't talk. Shorts wearing weather. That's kind of a, okay. And sell your shorts all year long, just like sell your Christmas stuff all year long, sell your Halloween stuff all year long, because there are people who think ahead and want those things when it gets time for Christmas, not to start looking for them. So, boy, I went off on a track, didn't I? Okay. So the item that sold for the least was an Arthur Mark plush, and it sold for $7.95 and $4.70 shipping, and I've had this a while. Okay, speaking of camo sales. Okay, on Tuesday, the 17th, my highest selling item was a vintage duck's back camo hunting pants, and these sold for $25. Now, I will also point out that the size on the tag said 38 by 32, but the actual measurements were 36 by 31. I put both of them in my title. I just felt like I needed to on these pair of pants. Sometimes I just put the actual, and sometimes I put the what the tag says and then note it down in my description. But you should always, if it's quite a bit of a difference, which 2 inches is quite a bit of difference, then you should let your buyers know pretty visibly what you have. Also, these were made in the USA. And so sometimes I put made in the USA if I have enough characters, or I'll just put USA if I just have a few left. So these were camo pants. The item that sold for the least, which was still a really good amount, item that sold for the least was a fresh produce top. It sold for $17.96, and the buyer paid $6 shipping. On the next day, I don't know why I can't keep up with the days, the highest selling item was a pair of SAS men's 10 narrow loafers. These were nice loafers, but because they were a specific size in 10 narrow, they were a little harder to sell. But I did sell them for $22.46, and the buyer paid $9.35 shipping. Now, so far, all the items that you've seen, I've purchased for $4 or under. Okay, these have all been thrift store finds. If something is more than $4, I'm going to make note of it, because I want you to know that, you know, if I sell something for $15 and I paid $7 for it, I'm not making much profit. But if I sell something for $15 and I bought it for $1, the profit is definitely there. So let's go. The item that sold for the least was a Disney Mickey Mouse scrub top in a medium. This was pretty faded. It was cute as could be. If it was new, I probably would have doubled this. But it sold for $10 and $4.70 shipping. The next item to sell was a pair of Sesto Meucci loafers, women's loafers. And they were in a 7.5. And they sold for $32. And the buyer paid $9.35 shipping. The item that sold for the least was a lot of 2 scrub tops in a medium. And the buyer got a good deal on these. These were both in good condition, but I'd had them for a while, so whoop, out the door. They sold for $10 and the buyer paid $9.35 shipping. The item that sold for the most on the next day was a J. Jill button front black and white gingham shirt. And this sold for $18.96 and the buyer paid $4.70 shipping. And the item that sold for the least on this day was a pair of Kim Rogers capri pants. And these sold for $10 and the buyer paid $6 shipping. Then on Saturday, the 21st, I sold my highest selling item was a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren Prospect pants in a 34, 32, a very popular size. The problem with something being really popular is that there's a lot of them out there. So it's kind of a catch-22. More people are buying, but there's a lot more available for them to buy. So these sold for $22 and the buyer paid $9.35 shipping. And the item that sold for the least is a Nike swim shirt. It sold for $12.96 and the buyer paid $44.70 in shipping. Now on to Poshmark for that first week. The highest selling item was a pair of Nakona boots, really nice, and a snake, maybe alligator. I can't really tell you. Alligator, I think. Alligator boots, really nice, but you know, I'd had them for over a year. This was the first real interest that had been in these boots, and they were beautiful. Okay, so they sold for $43. The item that sold for the least was a Central Falls Aztec vest, or Aztec looking vest. Really pretty. Again, nothing. You know, I might have had 1 or 2 people that liked it or whatever, but nothing. So when they offered $15, I said yes. Now, for the week of August 22nd through the 28th, on Sunday, I sold a pair of Peter Hubert shoes in size 10. They were horse bit, and they sold for $44.95 plus $9.35 shipping. Also, my least profit, or the least selling item, was also a pair of shoes, but this was a pair of kids' Toms, really cute. I wouldn't have picked them up had they not been, but they're really cute, so I picked them up probably $1 or $2. I might have paid $2, but they sold for $10.46 and the buyer paid $4.70 shipping. On Monday, the 23rd, the high selling item was a Spencer Alexis kimono jacket. This is vintage. Back 3 or 4 months ago at Salvation Army, I came upon 3 new with tags, this type of jacket. 2 of them were Spencer Alexis and 1 was other, and then 1 more Spencer Alexis, other than this one, jackets. I've sold all of them but 1, and I bought all of them for $2.50 each. So I'm tickled. That's good money for me. Then the item that sold for the least that day was a Chicago White Sox cap, and it sold for $8.51 and the buyer paid $4.70 shipping. With my hats and my caps, I send them in boxes. I have a real lightweight box that I bought. I think off of eBay. If I can find the link, I'll put it down there in the description. Real lightweight. And so I can put the hat and the box and the any kind of stuffing material that I might need and mail it for 8 ounces. So, you know, yeah, I could probably mail the hat itself for 4 ounces. But you know, the protection that little box gives it from the brim getting smashed or whatever, and it's just the peace of mind. So, you know, that's something you might want to consider. If you've been shipping your caps in just a poly mailer, that's fine. But you might want to consider getting a very lightweight box, and it's 9 by 6 by 4, I think. Perfect size. And it just, a little more peace of mind. Okay, on Tuesday, the 24th, my item that sold for the most was a Kate Spade dress, and it sold for $40. And the items that sold for the least, it's nice whenever I have the least being this, was a Tommy Bahama extra large silk shirt, and it sold for $20 plus $6 shipping. And again, I have not paid more than $4 for anything that I've shown you so far, okay? I'll try to let you know or give you a better approximation, but most of my items, most of the items are $2 or $1, okay? So, now for my best sale of this 2-week period, and it was a pair of men's Salvatore Ferragamo 9.5D black horsebit loafers that were beautiful, okay? They sold for $140 and $9.35 shipping. They were beautiful. I listed them. It took about 2 to 3 weeks to sell, but you know, somebody got a really nice pair of loafers because these are $500 to $600 loafers. Really nice. Okay, the item that sold for the least that day was a Kari royal blue dress, and it sold for $11.96, and the buyer paid $6 in shipping. Okay, the next day on Wednesday, I believe it's Wednesday. I'm sorry, might be Thursday. I don't know. I'll put it up there on the screen. How's that? Okay, the next day, the item that sold for the most was a pair of Neil Wynn Oxford shoes, and they sold for $41.21 plus the buyer paid $9.35 for shipping. As far as, you know, I know a lot of times I put shoes and Oxfords, but the way you tell just a quick evaluation of a men's shoe is, and a women's shoe too, but mainly men's, is if it is lace up, it's generally going to be an Oxford. If it is a slip-on without any other fasteners or anything, it's going to be a loafer. So for those of you just getting started and you just always call them shoes, which is generally what I call them too, then just remember that's the most popular types of men's dress shoes are the loafers and the Oxfords. Okay. The item that sold for the least was a pair of Talbot's polka dot pink ankle pants, and these sold for $14, and the buyer paid $4.70 shipping. Still haven't paid more than $4. Yes, those Ferragamo shoes, $4. The next day, the item that I sold for the most was an Alakai moccasin loafers, and these sold for $39.95, and the buyer paid $9.35 shipping. And the item that sold for the least was a Duck Dynasty stuffed Willie Robertson. It sold for $6.68, and the buyer paid $6 shipping. Then on the last day, on Saturday, the 28th, the item that sold for the most was a pair of Prada kitten heel mules. That sounds really nice. They sold for $33. You're thinking, okay, Lisa, you've been buying everything else for $4. That's still a good profit. Well, these are a little different. this came from a designer box, and each item in that designer box cost me $18.42. So let's already knock off, we're down to $14, okay? That's still left. I had them heel plates put on. That was $7. Guess what? I didn't even break even. But they're gone, and I really didn't lose. I mean, I might have lost a little bit, but I didn't lose much. It's okay. Sometimes we have those times. And then on that Saturday, the item that sold for the least was an Old Navy dress, and it sold for $13.56, and the buyer paid $6 shipping. Now for Poshmark. The item this week on Poshmark that sold for the most was a Patagonia quarter zip jacket, sweater, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't their better sweater. I think that's what they're called. This sold for $40, and of course on Poshmark the buyer paid shipping. And the item that sold for the least on Poshmark this week was a pair of Born thong sandals, and these sold for $18. So those were my highest and lowest for the week. Now, let's see how I did overall. How do you think I did overall? In the interim, I want to show you my shirt. Every time I film a video, I wear a thrifted shirt. Some, I wear it, then I wash it, and then I sell it. Some, I wear it, or some of them, I've washed it, I wear it, and it goes in my closet. Here we go with the numbers for the week ending August 21st. I had 40 eBay orders, 9 Poshmark orders, for a total of 49 outgoing orders. My eBay gross sales were $1,031.60, and my Poshmark gross sales were $206. So the total gross sales was $1,237.60. My shipping was $256.88. My eBay fees were $201.88, and this did include any kind of return shipping. And I had so much return shipping. I've had it for the past month and a half. Thankfully, only about half the people that ask for a return actually send it back to me, which is good. And guys, only one of the items that was returned to me was returned for something other than it doesn't fit. I put measurements in every one of my listings. I use Sizely. I do a Sizely diagram. Shirts, I do the sleeves, the chest, the shoulder, the length. Pants, I do the waist, the inseam, the rise, and I even do the hem of pants. So you can see, I'm pretty thorough with what I do. I don't just put one or two in there. But I've had so many returns. So let me get off my soapbox and go to the next thing. I had $50.20 worth of Poshmark fees for a total cost of $508.96. My cost of goods this week was $89 for a total net sales of $639.64. Not quite up there to the 900, but it's above 500, so I'm not going to complain. My gross average sale price was $25.26, and my net average sale price was $13.05. Very low for me normally, but I took a couple of lower offers that I probably wouldn't normally, but these were on days that maybe I'd only sold one item or maybe not sold any item, so I took low ball offers just to get it going, to get me going too. So it was low, definitely lower than I think it's been in a long time. Okay, my numbers for the week that ended August 28th, I had 38 eBay orders, 1 Etsy order, 5 Poshmark orders, 1 Mercari order, for a total of 45 outgoing orders. I think this is the first time I've ever had one from all the different categories. Pretty amazing. My total gross sales for eBay was $1,222.72. My Etsy gross sale was $19. My Poshmark gross sales was $127. Mercari gross sales was $17 for a total gross sales of $1,385.72. My shipping was $222.64. My eBay fees were $152.01. My Etsy fees were $1.62. You know, I have free shipping on Etsy, so the fees or the shipping is also included in that amount up there, the $222.64, because that's Poshmark. I mean, that's eBay shipping as well as anything I do on Pirate Ship. So my Poshmark fees were $28.40, and this included the 20% plus the shipping discounts. The Mercari fees were $2.51, but I also had to pay for shipping on that. So that is included up in that shipping, for a total cost of $407.18. My cost of goods this month was high, primarily because of that pair of Prada shoes. And there were a couple items that were $4, but I'll still take $119.65. That's fine with me. Definitely fine with me. My total net sales were $858.89. My gross average sale price was $30.79. And my net average sale price, which is the highest I think it's ever been, was $19.09. It'd be wonderful if every week was like that. And just getting my average sale price up there. Had some really good items. One day I sold over $400, it was the day of the Salvatore Ferragamo. But remember, if I sold for over $400 and it was only $140, there was, you know, it was a good day. It was one of those days you just get excited about. So I want to thank you for coming. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, see how I'm doing, find out what I'm thrifting and what I'm selling, then hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I have a video coming out, ring my bell, okay? And then finally, I need you to do me one favor today. I need you to go out and find your redo.